Here we are, week 3 of the season. The New York Jets face off against the New England Patriots. We're at home. We're at MetLife. Currently on a 14-game losing streak against the Patriots. Can we beat these guys? Is Zach Wilson going to show us that he has in fact gotten better from last year? Is Bill Belichick going to conjure up some mythical defense that's going to go ahead and have Zach Wilson seeing ghosts? I don't know. I don't know. Or is Zach Wilson better prepared now for anything that Bill Belichick could throw at him? Is this the time the New York Jets finally decide enough is enough and we beat these guys? Because at the end of the day, the talent on this New England Patriots team doesn't come close to the talent on this New York Jets team. And that in itself is a huge advantage. There's only one way we lose this game. And, well, let's talk about it.
I can do it all, I will never fall. If the Renaissance, you know that I got the mother sauce. You know I'm the boss, I know what it costs. Have you won a loss? I'm so versatile, yeah, I'm a Renaissance man. I can do it all, I will never fall. If the Renaissance, you know that I got the mother sauce. You know I'm the boss, I know what it costs. Have you won a loss? I'm so versatile, yeah, I'm a Renaissance man.
Congratulations, brother.
And here we All right. I can sit here and tell you that I'm 100% confident that the New York Jets are going to go ahead and figure this out this weekend and finally beat the New England Patriots, ending a 7-year losing streak to these bums. But if I said that without context, I feel like it's more fanboyhood than it is logical football thinking or expression or conversation. So it's the Patriots. Jets are coming off a pretty bad loss against the Cowboys last week. Michael Parsons dominated our offensive line at will. He did things that no defensive lineman should have to endure. I felt like watching him operate against the New York Jets offensive line. It was so disrespectful and so embarrassing that, I mean, this should only be seen on OnlyFans. That's how bad it was. You should only see what Michael Parsons did to the New York Jets offensive line on OnlyFans, because that's how much he did what he wanted to us at will, and there was nothing we could do to stop him. Right? It was pretty eye-opening. But with that said, I think Michael Parsons is potentially like the best defensive player in the game. I really believe Michael Parsons is him. I think that dude is different. I don't think we've seen a player of his caliber on the defense side of the ball since Lawrence Taylor, man. I'm starting to really see the comparisons in terms of how destructive he is in the game. He's effective on both getting to the quarterback, stopping the run. He's just a menace on the defensive side of the ball. So with that level of respect being garnered upon him, I got to tell you, I don't think we're going to face many more Michael Parsons this year unless we're talking about seeing them in the Super Bowl. I think the Dallas Cowboys and the 49ers potentially have the best defense in the NFL. It's 1A and 1B. I know the Cowboys recently just lost their Pro Bowl cornerback in Diggs. But again, I think the heart and soul of that defense is Michael Parsons and what he allows the rest of those defensive linemen to do to create pressure. Anyway, I digress. This is the team that has led the NFL in sacks and takeaways since 2021. We lost to them. It happens. But you know what, though? Zach Wilson did something you didn't see from the Giants, right? He put up points. And before that fourth quarter collapse and him trying to go ahead and bring the Jets back from a 3-score deficit, he played a game that gave the Jets a chance, right? He put up 10 points in the first half against these guys. You know, Sauce Gardner, he gets that interception. That's another 6 points right there that we potentially can get lost out on. We saw the BS roughing the passer call that gave them a touchdown. That could have been 3 points. You know what? A lot of what ifs. It is what it is. That's not here nor there. The fact of the matter is that defense is elite. I don't think the Patriots defense is elite. I think they're good. They don't have a Michael Parsons, although Matthew Judon is somebody we have to respect. I like the kid Christian Gonzalez. But other than that, I don't see a team that this Jets team should look at and see fear in. I just don't see it. The Patriots just also lost their cornerback, also the same guy that wound up running that kick return back on us last year for the touchdown. Marcus Jones, I believe it is, shoulder injury. He's being placed on IR right now. You hate to see it, right? But it's one of those things where the matchup, I think, goes well for the Jets, right? I think that the Patriots right now are 22nd in the league in stopping the run. We got a guy named Breece Hall they've never met before, and they're going to get introduced to Breece Hall this weekend. We got a guy in Dalvin Cook that I still think has some wiggle to him, can do some things. Michael Carter isn't a scrub, right? I still believe Michael Carter is a guy that can go ahead and play in this league. And that's a three-headed monster that should take advantage of that Patriots defense. That's just weak when it comes to the rush. Now, you're going to say they're going to load the boxes and kind of force Zach Wilson to throw the ball. Okay, cool. Zach Wilson's track record has not been great against the Patriots. But if there's any consolation, the McCourtney twins aren't there now, right? They took a huge chunk of the interceptions that Zach Wilson kept throwing towards their way when he played against the Patriots. But I digress. I don't think we're going to see the same Zach Wilson we've seen the last couple of years. Another benefit that Zach Wilson has, this will be the first time in a long time that we've had a quarterback playing the Patriots for the fifth time, right? Usually, after 2 years, we've seen a lot of quarterback switches going on for the Jets. This would be the first time in a long time that a quarterback that's wearing a New York Jets uniform is able to play the Patriots for the fifth time in their career with us as a Jet. That's crazy stat when I saw that. But neither here nor there. This is going to be a tough one. And I think people look at it, it's like, okay, we're 1-1. They're 0-2. It's not the end of the year or the season, whoever loses this game, but I'm not going to lie to you. I think this game matters more than we're giving it credit. The opportunity to send the Patriots to 0-3 do a couple of things, right? It increases the confidence level of Zach Wilson, knowing that he was able to go ahead and get over that hump and take out the Patriots. To also be the one that gets credit for having slain the dragon that is the Patriots over the last 7 years when they came to facing the Jets. But what makes it even better is putting them at 0-3 will put the Jets at 2-1. The Bills are going to win their game. They'll be 2-1. I believe the Dolphins will win their game. They'll be 3-0. That puts us at second in the AFC East. That puts the Patriots 0-3 in the basement, literally dug underneath the basement, trying to climb their way back up. And I believe they play the Kansas City Chiefs the following week, if I'm not mistaken. Either way, they're playing a powerhouse the following week. So they could be 0-4 for the first time in the Bill Belichick era. And for me, that in itself brings a level of joy and a smile on my face that I think the majority of us as Jets fans, Bills fans, Dolphins fans could get behind. I don't think any other fan base in the AFC East would look at that and not smile to see the Patriots with winless by the time October comes around. It's again one of those things where a lot can go right in our favor with a win this weekend. Can we do it? Can we do it? I have a lot of question marks in regards to what I saw last week in regards to the game plan. I said earlier that there's only one way I really see the New York Jets losing this game, and no, the answer is not Zach Wilson. I think Zach Wilson can play well enough for us to win this game. I think it's coaching. I think if we lose this game, it's going to be based off of poor coaching, not getting these guys prepared. After seeing the Dallas Cowboys game, I'm still sitting here trying to figure out what Nathaniel Hackett was trying to do in terms of the personnel he utilized. I don't understand how Breece Hall only got 4 touches. That's just ridiculous in every single metric. We've got the weapons. We've got the playmakers. We've got to give them the opportunities to win games. At the end of the day, football is not as complicated as we all think it is. You know, football is a gladiator sport. It's simply put, my gladiator is better than your gladiator. You put your best players out there and you give them an opportunity. CJ Uzomah, listen, he shouldn't be out there. Why is Mecole Hardman not taking more snaps? He's arguably the fastest player we have in the wide receiver room. At the very least, defenses have to respect that speed. Even if we don't utilize him in getting him targets, the fear of what he can do to a defense should be implemented in almost every offensive play. But instead, we're putting CJ Uzomah out there running routes. I don't understand that. Why is Ruckert not out there more so than CJ Uzomah? I think Ruckert is arguably the best talent we have on this team. He can block. He's been doing so ferociously since the season started when given the opportunity. and he can run routes, and he can catch. Why are we putting CJ Uzama in more often than not? I'm questioning the personnel because it seems like we're underutilizing our major talents. Now, I have a theory. I believe wholeheartedly the only way this makes sense to me as to what we saw against the Cowboys, the New York Jets already started thinking about the Patriots. So they looked at last week's game, they prepped for it for a little bit, put a little game plan together, boom, executed it, took the L, whatever. They were thinking about this Patriots game last week. I really believe that's potentially it. Not to mention the roller coaster of emotion after losing Aaron Rodgers week 1. It was a short week. You know, you find out he's out for the season on Tuesday. So now Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you've got all these guys who are thinking Super Bowl, trying to get. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt that there was an emotional roller coaster ride that week. They were thinking about the Patriots, and the week after this one, it was an NFC matchup. It's not excusable. It's not excusable that they weren't properly prepared for it as they would be for any game. But if the New York Jets wind up wiping the floor with the Patriots this weekend, I don't give a damn. You don't give a damn. None of us give a damn that they didn't properly prepare or want to show what they were bringing to the table versus the Patriots by showcasing it against the Cowboys. Because otherwise, we're going to have some real big question marks in regards to really, can Hackett be an offensive coordinator? And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, he was brought here for Aaron Rodgers. I get that. But this dude became an OC in the NFL because he proved he can operate offenses. He became a head coach because he proved he can operate offenses. Like, you can try to diminish it and take away from all you want to, but there's a reason why he was given these opportunities, and I don't think it's because he was a scrub. I think the Jets can make this happen. The Patriots are 0-2 right now. To make them 0-3 in itself is so invaluable, not just to end their season, but the boost it would give our team and Zach Wilson. If the Jets lose, I think it's more emotionally devastating for us as a fan base, and of course for the organization to be 0-15 against the Patriots, and that's just ridiculous. But I think there's still opportunity for us to go ahead and bounce back. Again, the season gets a lot softer for us after our bye week. With Aaron Rodgers, I assure you, everyone, we weren't going to go 17-0. I believed that Aaron Rodgers would allow us to potentially be 4-2 going into the bye. If we go into the bye 2-4, 3-3, we're winning. We might not be in the AFC East like championship conversation, right? But we're certainly in that playoff conversation based off of how the back end of our schedule looks. We need this win. So it's not a must win in terms of stat wise, but it's an emotional must win for the fan base and for the organization. The Patriots need this win in every capacity. Emotionally, reality, stat wise, like 0-3 in the AFC East has them climbing a hill that I don't think they have the talent to overcome. So I'm done with the gloom and gloom. I'm done with that. I'm not doing that anymore. The Jets have the talent. I'm sorry for y'all that don't see it or refuse to see it. And to all y'all that hate Zach Wilson, so be it. I'm not saying the kid is going to be the next freaking Brock Purdy. God, how cool would that be if he was Brock Purdy? Mr. Irrelevant is very relevant. Anyway. But can Zach Wilson be a top 20, top 25 guy in the NFL? I believe if he can do that with this running game and with this defense, that is enough for us to see the playoffs. I don't need the kid being the top 10 guy. I'm not looking at Zach Wilson as the number 2 overall pick anymore. Y'all can keep doing that to hurt your feelings if you want to. That's not him. That's not his story. Can he be a serviceable backup in the NFL? Can he be a serviceable starter in the NFL? Those are my bars now for Zach Wilson, right? We've seen him do things we didn't see him do last year, keeping his eyes down the field whenever he's maneuvering the pocket, actually maneuvering the pocket. You've seen him kind of climb up, shift around while looking for an open target. He's not freaking throwing balls into the dirt. He's not throwing the ball 10 feet over on a screen pass so off target that you're wondering if he even should. It was questioning the very identity of who the kid was that we were watching last year. We've seen him clean a lot of that stuff up. The biggest concern with him wasn't about whether or not he could play football. It was whether or not he could do the easy stuff. The hard stuff would have us going like, wow, this kid is crazy good. And then the easy stuff, we'd be like, what the hell is wrong with him? We've seen him take a step in doing the easy stuff. Now, again, he threw 3 interceptions last week. I honestly, looking at the tape, I put 1 on him. People are going to say I was 3. No, it wasn't. If you watch the game again, Garrett Wilson alligator armed the one ball that was thrown his way down the sideline. And at that point, he was just trying to go ahead and get points on the board, get the offense going. So I'm not mad at my QB for taking a shot down the field to go ahead and get us going when we're down 3 scores. Garrett Wilson pulling his arms back. Don't know why. That's unlike him, but I do put that on Garrett Wilson. alligator arming that first interception. The second one, don't know what he was thinking, trying to go ahead and throw the ball back inbounds. That was 100% on him. Foolish play, should have never happened. The third one, you're obviously in your 2-minute offense, i.e. we need to conserve time. He threw the ball to Michael Carter, leading him towards the sideline. If he had kept running that route straight to the sideline, which, again, you're in your 2-minute offense, you're down a bunch of points, you're trying to conserve time to kind of get back in the game, it makes all the sense in the world as to why the ball was where it was at, but Michael Carter stopped his route, and then, therefore, got intercepted by the defensive back or the safety. I don't put that on Zach. I like where his mind went in regards to, hey, I'm going to lead my guy out of bounds so he protects him from getting a hit, stops the clock, and let's get a 2-minute offense type thing going. But Michael Carter wasn't on the same page. Nonetheless, I think you've seen enough improvement in Zach Wilson to say, okay, we should not see the debacle that has been his experience versus the Patriots over the last couple of years. Right now, he has more talent around him than the Patriots have talent around themselves. Christian Gonzalez, dog. Matthew Judon, dog. After that, I think this team matches up in favor against the Patriots. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you they're going to go ahead and blow them out. I would love to see it. But I just don't know if that's going to be our brand of football. Not this season. Got to just winning this game 17-10. I see it being a low-scoring game. I see the running game being needed, a must-have in this game. I do see a turnover going our way as well. That's going to allow us to go ahead and put points on the board. 17-10, New York Jets get this win. They go to 2-1. The Patriots go to 0-3. That would bring so much joy to this fan base in itself to be able to say, wow, the Patriots are 0-3. That, man, I'm not saying it's our Super Bowl, but it's one hell of a freaking first few games of the season, right? The first one of the season, I think to us is going like at bang if we're able to go ahead and send the Patriots to 0-3. 17-10. We need the running game operating. We need Zach Wilson being careful with the ball. We need to see this defense show us why we were so impressed and elated with what they can bring to the table, getting to the quarterback. I think the last season, over 2 games, Mac Jones was sacked 12 times by this defensive line. We need Will McDonald in this game. Carl Lawson, man, I think it's a wrap. That experiment is done. We need McDonald in this game, putting that spin move on individuals, using that speed, that bend to get to the quarterback. I want our best players, our best gladiators, matching up against their gladiators. That's football. And you got to believe that your guy is better than their guy. That's football. If we do that, just win. The Patriots don't have the bodies that match up. They just don't. We need this win. Go Jets.
Chant, they like to say, it goes something like Jets, 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 Jets.